The show is about to begin. If everyone would please take their seats, the show is about to begin. Chris and Robert Adams, please make your way to your chairs.
Yo, dude, did you just spit on me?
No, nope, not at all. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Tagline. We are the Cinefanatics. My name is Robert Adams.
It's okay, guys. I found my sunglasses. I'm Chris Adams.
Good job. You look a little confused, like you were looking for sunglasses that you lost all of a sudden.
Oh yeah. They were right there still. It's cool.
Good thing you found the sunglasses. Everyone would think I was spitting on you. Anyways, how is everybody doing tonight? It is Wednesday, September 7th. There's movie stuff going on, and we're here to talk about it. This is going to be a lot of fun. Is everyone expectations as high as mine now?
Are yours really that high? They don't sound like it.
Well, I just chugged the energy drink like maybe 5 minutes before
I thought you learned your lesson. You have to do it.
Well, no, I did learn my lesson.
5 minutes and a half.
I did learn my lesson. I'm doing an energy drink before the show. I have to play fake here before it actually kicks in and then coast through the rest of the show. So, yeah.
Please continue playing fake.
Anyways, hello everyone out there in internet world, whatever people call themselves. I see Garth, I see Tyler, I see Garth, I see Jeremy, I see Robert, and I see Nerd. Thank y'all for being in the chat. We very much appreciate everyone being here, especially at the beginning of the show where we do funny shit like that. So just hoping we're passing on the ha-has and the guffaws. Something like that. Anyways, let's get to the stuff that I actually know how to say. YouTube stuff. For those of y'all watching, if y'all want to support us, you have any questions, comments, issues, streamlabs.com/cinefanatics. Also, patreon.com/cinefanatics. Hop on the tier that is good for you if you so have the means to help us out and you want to help us out. I feel like that's a big part of it right there is they have to want to help us out and then figure out the finances. Anyways, patreon.com/cinefanatics. There's the stuff up there. We were going to finalize when the Patreon stuff is this month. Not exactly sure what day, but I will be putting in probably within the next 24 hours or so. If you are on our Patreon, there will be a poll for which movie we're going to watch on the watch-along this month. It's very likely going to be a bunch of my favorites because much like we did for this one over here, whatever direction he's sitting at on the screen, much like what we did for him last month with his birthday month, we're going to do the same with mine. We're going to put up a bunch of my favorite movies and have everyone pick which one we're going to watch. So, keep an eye out for that. If you're on the Patreon, you'll be able to see that, and hopefully we're all voting for Shawshank Redemption. Anyways, that is what's coming up for Patreon. Real quick, upcoming shows after this, as pretty much always now. I will be hopping over to a fan's view of film favorites tonight. We are watching Galaxy Quest. Apparently, we're on this Alan Rickman.
The Rickman roll.
Yeah, apparently we're just gonna keep watching all of his movies. So.
It's the Rickman roll.
Nice.
We're no strangers to love.
By Grathar's Hammer. What a savings. That's like my favorite line of his in that whole movie. And Sigourney Weaver has a really good line in that movie too, but it got edited. Anyways, if y'all want to know all about those details of that, make sure you come watch that with us because I will be more than happy to point that out when it gets to that point in that movie. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also, coming up this month, we announced it on Twitter. So if you're following us at Cinefanatics MLP on Twitter and Instagram, we announced that the marquee of this month is going to be ranking my favorites. So that is going to be a lot of really good movies. Here's the thing, this is going to be a hard list to rank, not just because it's my favorites, but just these are some stacked movies. Even the ones that you see here in the thumbnail. This isn't all of them, obviously, but these are just some pretty stacked movies. It's going to be kind of interesting to see where these all go, especially because I'm going to have to rank them as well. And I want to put all of them. These are my favorites. I want to put them all in S. But I'm going to have to put a movie that I absolutely love and adore in an F tier. So we'll see how this turns out. It's going to be a lot of interesting. If you are a part of our Patreon, you can hop over on Discord. And under the marquee channel, you can actually see the full list of, I believe it's 18 movies. All 18 movies that we're going to be ranking. No special guests for this one. This one's just going to be me and my brother and y'all in the chat. So if y'all are in the chat live, we're going to be continuing that fun little feature where my brother puts up a poll and y'all get to voice an opinion on these. This time, you're going to have an opinion on every single one of the movies that we're doing, right?
You know why? You nincompoops like to sound off on Twitter afterwards and complain about our taste. Now you get to have a hand in it. If you complain on Twitter afterwards, we're gonna throw it right back in your face.
Well, that would only work if the people who are complaining are also the ones that were in the...
If they weren't here voting, then we're going to throw it right back in their face.
You had an opportunity this time.
Also, because we like to include you guys. We want to include you guys. You're part of the Cinefanatics world here. So we love to give you guys a voice in it as well. Let's all together have bad opinions.
We will have a shared experience. I don't know what the fuck that was. Anyways.
I don't know either.
I think the energy drink's kicking in now.
So that's happening on the 16th.
That will be on, yes, Friday the 16th, which is a day before my birthday. Friday the 16th at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. So that will be a lot of fun. And then the very next day, I'm going to work because, I don't know, I'm the type of person that works on their birthday. Like, there's no real need for me. What am I going to do? Just lay in bed all day? That's what I did today.
Last year.
Huh? Yeah, last year I did because I turned 40. So that one, I feel like that one makes sense. You hit like those big ones. Yeah, you take the day off and you reflect or just deal with depression all day or something like that. I think that's what actually happened.
Reached a new decade. Got to take the day off. Maybe the whole year.
Yeah. I'll go back to work when I'm 41. Anyways, so that is what's coming up. Otherwise, personal stuff. How are you doing, Chris? I see you have some new graphics of such on your Twitch channel.
I do?
You do?
I do?
Oh, maybe you do. Well, your new graphics were the Jackbox rules that you posted on Sunday night.
Nice save.
Which, if y'all were a part of that, that was a blast.
My brother almost had to admit that he doesn't watch my Twitch streams.
I don't. I'm usually at work and I can't sit here and listen to you. So if any time like before 9 o'clock Central Time, you see me pop in on his Twitch streams, I'm at work. I can't listen because I've got to talk to customers, and I'm usually just interacting with the chat. So yes, you're right. I don't watch or listen to your streams.
No, there's a revitalization to the Twitch stream coming soon. It's not live yet, but the stuff will be happening soon.
Oh, interesting. So you're working on new graphics then, huh?
Yes, I'm currently working on new graphics. I have not yet released them.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, well, that's nice to know also. I was just going to compliment you on your graphics of the Jackbox rules.
It's font work on a background.
Anyways, that's great work right there. I too am working on graphics for my channel that I don't know. Like, I want to hurry up and get this cranked out because there's stuff that's popping up. Like, my channel is going to be a lot of just talking about what's happening in society, how people interact with each other while I play like old Nintendo games or watch funny YouTube videos, whatever y'all suggest. That I want it to be like a little interactive, but also kind of like want to do a like, here's my thoughts, feelings, and opinions type of thing. Most people don't actually know anything about me because this is the only time y'all see me is I'm on here talking about a movie. You don't know my habits. You don't know anything about me personally for the most part. So I want to be able to change that because I don't know. I just thought it would help increase interaction with people, not only on my channel, but like on here too. So I just want to copy my brother. That's what I'm saying.
Real quick, at the detriment to the $2.50 that I would receive for that, Garth, you never have to do that. My brother owns the Discord. He can let himself in anytime he wants.
No one can stop me on this.
No one can stop him. I mean, technically I could, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, this really wasn't even a conversation. We're like, you know what? I'm not subscribed this month. Okay, well, cool. Just pop up in there anyways. So,
he's literally the only person that can do that, though. Don't take any don't take any ideas away from this.
well, no one else actually can do that in the Discord. So, but yeah,
Sure.
y'all need to go over, subscribe to my brother's Twitch channel because that was so much fun. We had like some random like married couple that joined us on Sunday, and just that was so much fun because they were a blast.
You never know who's going to show up and has like a great sense of humor and improves the stream and raises the value and makes us all laugh, and then we can all laugh together and make jokes together and everyone be funny.
Yeah, they started making like pop culture jokes and it just fit right in. It was so nice. Anyways, so I'm still working on my channel. That will be up pretty soon. So was there anything else I wanted to cover on that? Not really.
Nope.
Yeah.
If you can't think of it, move on.
Yep. Birthday coming up. That's it. I don't know.
He's getting old again.
Oh yeah. I'm wanting to get everything up and running by my birthday, but I don't know if I'm going to crank it out over this next week. I have a tendency to either be really struck by ADHD, depression, or just pure laziness. I don't know. Just take your pick. One of the three usually. Anyways, moving on. Let's see. Why do I have to wait till tomorrow at midnight, which means Friday for more Rings of Power? I haven't watched, I have no interest in watching this. The Lord of the Rings show. Yeah. You said you were curious about it potentially?
I got about 20 minutes in. And I was like, I'm not into this right now. I might try to watch it again later after like all the episodes come out or something, but it's just, I'm a very casual Lord of the Rings fan, very casual, like, I'll watch the movies. I'll watch the Hobbit movies. All those. I like them all. They're good. But the show right now, I'm like, I don't know if I'm in the mood for that much Lord of the Rings right now.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. At least you stuck around for 20 minutes and didn't do like a wuss and turn off after 15. So you gave it an honest shot. That's cool.
It's true.
Anyways, moving on. Movies that we've watched. What have you watched this past week, brand new?
I've only watched one movie new this week to me, and that was that Two Guns with Mark Wahlberg and Denzel Washington. I don't know why I picked that one. I just threw it on. I was like, random action movie with Denzel in it and Mark Wahlberg. Sounds like fun. So I threw that on, and it was okay. It's all right. It's not like the best movie in the world, obviously, but it's not awful.
It's okay. I can't remember if I've actually seen that.
Well, it's also got Paula Patton in it too, and she's on my crush list for sure. Yep.
I have seen the movie, and apparently I didn't rate it that high. Okay. Well,
it's pretty middle of the road.
Yeah. So over this past week, I've caught up on more like indie horror movies and stuff. I watched Wolf Creek, which is like an Australian horror movie. I finally got around to watching Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And this was weird because I had it ranked on Letterboxd as if I had already seen it. And I had never actually sat through it. So I guess I'm like drunk letterboxing at some point.
Liar.
I don't know. It wasn't intentional at all. It's just like, oops, an accident.
For shame.
Anyways, I finally watched it. It was funny. It was stupid, but it was kind of funny. And then I watched Ice Cream Man. Let me talk about Ice Cream Man for a second. This was like a 1995, like straight to DVD or not DVD, straight to VHS horror movie starring Clint Howard. If you want a good lesson as to why, it is pouring now.
It is coming down.
I'm gonna fall asleep. If you want a good lesson as to why editing is so important in movies, go watch Ice Cream Man. It has none. It has no real editing at all. It fades to black in weird places that make no sense. Some scenes just cut and it jumps to another scene with no what's that called when you're setting up like the expectation of where you're at.
Establishing shots.
Yeah, like an establishing shot. Yes. So like typically in a movie, if you see someone's going from say like a gas station to their house, we'll probably see a shot of like the car driving on the road. That's establishing that these people are moving and traveling. That doesn't happen in that movie. they teleport. Okay.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah, and then there's another thing too. Is a couple of times in that movie they show ice cream, but it's actually like clearly a ball of mashed potatoes that don't melt. So it's so funny. It was stupid, but I liked it. I liked it for how low budget and stupid it was.
I'll take like a bread cone with some mashed potatoes and gravy topped on it.
I mean, damn near that's what they do in that movie.
It sounds delicious.
Yeah. So those of y'all that are actually paying attention to my horror movie watching alongs or watchings like on Letterboxd and stuff, you may notice that some of these kind of coincide with kill counts from Dead Meat, because I am a big fan of that, and I'm now watching the horror movies that they've already covered that I haven't watched the kill count for yet. I want to watch the movie and then I watch the kill count as I'm falling asleep, and it's a lot of fun. So if you want a good recommendation of like what movies to watch, follow that channel and go watch all the movies that he's covered on his kill count. So anyways, I do like Legoland immediately talking about Ice Cream Man. Lego is awesome for older 80s horror movies.
Pretty much if you bring it up, she knows about it as far as like the horror movie stuff. I'm never surprised when she's in the chat going, "Oh yeah, that movie. I know exactly." It's like her and Tim. Her and Tim are like the same person.
Almost.
Oh, yeah. I know that movie.
Yeah. Or PLD with the Ed Harris, which I mean, now that I've invoked the name, I'm pretty sure he'll pop up in the chat all of a sudden here.
No, you gotta say it 2 more times in a mirror.
What is this, like Candyman Beetlejuice rules?
Just to be clear, not PLD, Ed Harris.
Yeah. Lego Tim, we're referring to Tim Franco, who was also a part of the movie Trivia Schmodown. He's also someone who likes these kinds of 80s horror movies. He likes horror movies in general, but
he pops in here once in a while.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's all the new movies I've seen. So I need to like get back to like a good steady list of like mainstream movies that I still need to watch, because like I haven't seen the second Godfather movie. I need to watch that. Probably need to go back and rewatch the first Godfather first though. But
yeah.
For example, like you, because of my favorites marquee, there's 2 movies on there that you're having to watch. I don't think. Yeah. So I'm not going to reveal both of them, but we'll reveal one because it's on the thumbnail for it. You got to watch A Clockwork Orange.
Yay!
And that's going to be one that I feel like is going to be interesting. I feel like I've already heard some people like, wait, why? Yeah, exactly. We might actually have to do that to you to get you to watch that movie.
That's the joke.
Some people are like, why is this a favorite? What kind of demented weirdo are you that this is a favorite movie? It's like, look.
Have you met my brother?
Yeah. First of all, yes. Second of all, it is a very well made movie. It is very well put together. I love the themes that it goes through, even though they're very, very hard, very sad and depressing at some points. It does have it is really good. I just love the way that movie was made, shot, acted, everything about it just exquisite.
This is easily going to be one of those movies where it's like, okay, I've seen it, never have to watch it again.
You probably are never going to watch Clockwork Orange again after watching it the first time. Me, I've seen it quite a few times. In fact, I'm about due for a rewatch again because I don't know. It's kind of weird that that's the type of movie you're like, I'm in the mood to watch A Clockwork Orange. Like, what?
And once I'm done with that, I'm going to follow it up with Schindler's List. Hooray!
No, so Schindler's List is one that I'm never going to be like in the mood to watch again.
Why don't we just cherry on top, leaving Las Vegas, and then
Leaving
maybe
Las
we can do like
Vegas.
House of Sand and Fog at some point too.
What's bad is I've actually seen Requiem for a Dream twice. I don't know why I watched it again a second time. I was probably about 3/4 of the way through, and I'm like, why am I doing this again? This was so stupid. Like, I'll never watch Requiem ever again. Twice, good enough. So, anyways, that would be
3 times a bad idea.
That would be a fun discussion to have, like possibly like on a podcast or something at some point. Like, what are movies that are hard to watch but you feel like are necessary? Like Schindler's List. I feel like it's a very necessary movie to watch. I actually almost think Requiem is a necessary movie to watch. Saving Private Ryan.
Well, okay, let's pump the brakes a minute. Some of us are going to be okay with never watching Saving Private Ryan.
Well, what we'll need to do is figure out a way to watch it without you having to watch the opening scene at least.
I don't trust anybody to know the complete structure of everything. Like something's going to slip through and be like, God damn it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's been a while, a long time since I've watched Saving Private Ryan. So as of right now, this second, that would not be a movie that I would say watch with me and just trust me to tell you when to shield your eyes or something, because I don't know. I just know like the first 15, 20 minutes. I feel like that's a movie that's specifically that scene. I feel like is a scene that most people need to watch so they have a good, clear understanding, because that is quite possibly the best that you're ever going to see what that looked like.
I think that's the weakest logic ever.
Well, I say that like,
I can step back and go, cool, yeah, I understand. War is horrifying. I don't need to see it. I'm okay.
And that's one of those things. Like, I'm not saying that everybody needs to see War, but I feel like it would help your understanding a little bit more seeing at least that.
Look, what is it good for? It's absolutely nothing.
Good God. Oh, that was a stupid joke. Anyways, moving on. All right. Well, let's just get into some... Really? You know which one we haven't seen in a while? Oh, by the way, that movie will be available to watch starting tomorrow on Disney Plus. So... That's the other thing too. I hate like all these movies are hitting Disney Plus like tomorrow. Like, how much time do you think I have tomorrow?
2?
Yeah, well, okay. For me personally, I only care about rewatching Thor again, and I want to watch Pinocchio.
Yeah,
that Pinocchio looks good. Again, a childhood favorite of mine. Not going to be on the marquee, but Tom Hanks and Robert Zemeckis.
It's a live-action Disney movie.
It's probably going to be
based on an animated Disney movie. And last time we said that looks good, we were talking about Lion King, and well,
we were like, Lion King's going to be the one to break it. Wasn't there another one that came out since that actually was? Mulan was okay.
Mulan was okay. I liked Aladdin.
I did not like Aladdin. I could have sworn wasn't there another one that came out recently though?
Since Lion King?
Since 2019? I could have sworn there was one more.
I think
I can't remember it.
Mulan was 2020.
Yeah, Mulan was okay. It may be Mulan then. I'm confusing because that was the one that was supposed to come out right as the pandemic officially hit. And
yeah, I don't remember there being one last year necessarily. So might have been like the second Maleficent, but
yeah, that doesn't count.
I don't really count that.
The Maleficent movies aren't an actual take on Sleeping Beauty. They're just a alternate story from Maleficent's point of view.
Yeah.
So,
I think,
like the only one that was actually pretty decent, I'd say, was probably Jungle Book. Cinderella was good.
I haven't seen Cinderella, but Jungle Book is good.
There was a couple of things I thought that were lacking on Beauty and the Beast.
Malcolm's right. Cruella came out, and that one.
Okay.
Well, that one's also similar to
Maleficent
in terms of it's not a one-to-one retelling of the original story. It's more of a prequel and kind of an alternate take on the character. It was really good.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Anyways, let's jump into some movie news, y'all.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. This is what's happening in your world tonight.
We apologize for the interruption.
Back to you.
Anyways, movie news. Let's start off with the box office. This was a weird weekend for box office. Chris, tell us all about it.
Yeah, so it's a Labor Day weekend, y'all, because Monday was Labor Day. Go figure. That's how a Labor Day weekend works. Second, third, fourth, fifth. That's 4 days. That's a 4-day weekend we're counting on this one. So that is including Monday. These are the box office numbers for that 4-day weekend. Can we guess what the number one movie is?
I mean, I can because I actually know because this made like big major news headlines. Do you want me to like just reveal it or should I try to take a guess? Morbius. No, wrong.
Let me see. What was... You try... Wait, hold on. This is almost saying it.
Everyone in our chat probably knows this too.
Yeah. Let me go regular weekend. Hold on. This is what I need to see. Yeah, okay. So last week, the number one movie was The Invitation, which was that vampire movie. This weekend, the number one movie is Top Gun Maverick. You guys know that new release, Top Gun Maverick, that just came out 15 weeks ago? It's back at number one.
Has it been 15 weeks?
It's been 15 weeks. That movie is never leaving the top 5.
And so the thing with Top Gun Maverick is it's now available digitally. Like I think you can go Paramount Plus and you can watch it.
No.
So you can watch it that way. It's about to... You can't?
It's available digitally, but it's not available on streaming.
Oh.
You can purchase the movie right now if you want to.
Okay.
Digitally.
So it's available digitally. It comes out like on Blu-ray like next month or something like that.
That or in like November or something.
Yeah. So, I mean, technically it's available for viewing at home, but what it looks like is people are doing exactly what I was saying the second I walked out of that theater. Like, this is a movie that you need to watch in the theater. You don't watch this at home on your phone laying in bed. Wow, this is cool.
Unless that's your only way of watching movies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Case,
but
yeah, the means.
Yeah, that's a movie that is meant for a theater, and I think that's seemingly this is telling us that's how the general public sees it too.
Especially because that thing is hit the number 5 movie of all time in the box office domestically.
Jeez,
who predicted that? Who saw Top Gun sequel 30 years later? Number 5 movie of all time in the U.S. What?
Yeah.
What?
So that's pretty interesting. I'm in the mood to go back to a theater to watch it again too.
I can't quickly pull up where it stands in the international and the worldwide box office, I should say, ranking of all time. I don't have that number right here, but I'm sure it's eking up the list too. Usually if something is that high up on the domestic list, it's typically pretty high up on the worldwide list as well. So impressive. But I think we can figure out that that's Labor Day is the reason why it's back at number 1. Also because it really didn't have any competition coming out this week. Lola, shut up.
I was like, man, I could hear her through your door, through your microphone.
She's sitting in front of my door right now. Anyway, it did have a little bit of competition, but the new releases are not in the top 10, so who cares? We're not going to talk about them. God, that was mean. Anyway, number 2 this week. You don't ever
make a movie, jeez.
Right? Number 2 this week is Bullet Train. Number 3 is DC League of Super Pets. And number 4 is the re-release of Spider-Man No Way Home. It's the More Fun Edition, or More Fun Stuff Edition, or whatever they're calling it. Fun Stuff Again Edition.
Now she's over at my door.
There you go. She's like, somebody pay attention to me, please.
I can hear y'all in there. Y'all are talking and making noise, so y'all are able to pay attention to the cat.
Number 5 is The Invitation. It fell from number 1 last week down to number 5. Got passed up by a Spider-Man movie that has already come out, and got passed up by Top Gun Maverick, which has been in the top 10 for forever. So
that's sucks.
Suck that, vampires. Number 6 is Beast. that Idris Elba fighting lion movie. I'm going to say it that way every single time. Number 7, Minions: The Rise of Gru. Number 8, Thor: Love and Thunder, which again, that does come out tomorrow on Disney Plus. So we will probably see that drop out of the top 10, if not next week, the week after. Yeah. Also, because I don't know what's coming out this next week. Number 9 is the Jaws re-release. So
really?
that was the one that everybody got to see, like the 3D Jaws in 3D and all that, which is kind of cool. Number 10 is Where the Crawdads Sing. So that one's hanging out there in the top 10 still. Been out for 8 weeks, so that's pretty impressive. Minions has been out for 10. Wow. Nice.
Interesting.
And 3,000 Years of Longing has already dropped out of the top 10. It's down at number 13. Also, that Dragon Ball movie's already dropped out of the top 10 too.
That hit like 1 and then immediately fell out of the top 10. That's funny.
Oh, Samir says Top Gun Maverick is number 12 worldwide box office list all time. Like, because it's like number 5 in the US. That's impressive if that's all time already. And it's already hitting top 12.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So I don't know of like any major movie that's coming out this weekend. I know the following week, that weekend, the only major movies that I'm aware of are going to be Pearl, which is like a prequel to that movie X that came out earlier, that horror movie. And then Clerks 3, which unfortunately Clerks 3, I believe it's only being released through like a Fathom Events. So it's not like a full-on official release like movies typically get. It's only being hosted by Fathom, and then it's doing the tour. So
that's interesting because at this point I feel like Kevin Smith has enough pull to release a movie pretty wide and it'd be okay. Like I feel like Clerks, when we're talking about the third one, like that's got enough of a cult following to do pretty well in the box office.
Absolutely, yeah. I don't know why, because he did that with Jane Silent Bob reboot as well, and same thing with that. Those movies, like. One, Kevin Smith is a big enough director to be able to just make a movie, release it in the theaters, should have proper backing and everything. So I believe he does this out of his own choice to release movies that way. I know at one point, I think he was talking about, I don't know if it was for his Clerks 3 or the long-awaited sequel of Mallrats. He was talking about releasing it as like a NFT. And I was like, really? I got to learn what an NFT is just to watch a Kevin Smith movie. Like, no, I don't want to do that. But I haven't heard anything else about that. It might have been Moose Knuckle that he was talking about doing with also, which I know that's, you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say that one. So
I've heard about it before.
Okay. Yeah. Samir got my Clerks 3 tickets for the 13th. So do we. So we will be seeing that on the 13th. On Tuesday the 13th. So I'm super eager for that. Big Kevin Smith Clerks fan. As you're going to see, Clerks is a part of the marquee for this month. So
what time is that showing?
We're
gonna do this live. Deal with it.
Screw it. We're gonna do it live.
We're doing it live.
That is at 7 p.m.
So I'm not going to be Twitch streaming that day, apparently.
Yeah, or just Twitch earlier.
Nope, got physical therapy, not Twitching that day.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, and this is the other thing, too. This one, Jeremy's pointing out, Brahmastra. This is a movie that I'm seeing is getting all the push from people who very much enjoyed RRR. Like, oh, did you like RRR? Here's another movie. Watch this one. Like, they're not actually related as far as I know, other than it being another, like, either, forgive me if I get this wrong, but I don't know if Brahmastra is a Bollywood or Tollywood, like RRR was, so I guess, Tollywood. If it's in the same vein as that, but they're like, hey, you like this movie? Here's another one. It's like, anytime you say you like a movie to your friends and they immediately suggest another movie, oh, if you like this, you'll like this. So I think that's what's happening with this movie, and it's getting that push from people who are saying, if you liked RRR, watch this one now.
Calm down there, YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, basically. So
you enjoyed that video? Here's another one just like it.
Here's the thing. I'm not against that. Like, I've never seen a Bollywood or Tollywood movie before RRR this year. But again, I absolutely loved RRR.
Yeah, it's good.
And I am very open to watching another one. I don't feel like I've ever been against it. I just haven't heard or found a movie that compelled me enough to want to watch it. Nothing against it, but I mean, just haven't done it.
Yeah.
Same with like a lot of the like there was a lot of like the Asian foreign language movies that same thing. I didn't feel compelled until they started getting nominated for Oscars. So that's when I've watched like Drive My Car, Parasite, those movies, and they were all good. I've enjoyed those as well. So
yeah.
But
anyway,
Samir, and give the movie more than 5 minutes before giving up on it. I mean, absolutely, 100%.
Hey, you know what movie I'm going to give more than 5 minutes before giving up on it?
Clockwork Orange.
No.
I feel like that one gets the whole hour and a half.
Yes, it's a little bit of a different Barbie watch this week. I don't have any Barbie news. But in sort of related news, Margot Robbie is in that movie Babylon, which I'm also very much anticipating, and that's coming out at the beginning of next year. And guess what? They had first look photos that just went out today. I believe it was today. It looks fascinating. Margot Robbie's in that movie. She's also in Barbie. Look, just I don't have the photos on me right now, okay? Just get off of me.
So typically, like, I'm very like OCD about like the videos and stuff taking up the full screen. Like, I'm okay with the fact that the Thor one that we have doesn't, like, you could see the top and bottom behind it. I actually kind of like the fact that you still can see the sides of the Barbie one, especially when you're sitting there dancing and we can see your fist on the side. Like,
don't you just love it when they call out the bit that you're doing after you do it?
It's so much fun. Yes, Garth. That would be a correct statement, sir. You are correct, sir.
To be fair, though, like I'm going to be honest, Barbie and Babylon right now are kind of neck and neck as far as like what I'm looking forward to most. I think Barbie's kind of edging it out right now, but Damien Chazelle, come on.
I would say, who's directing Babylon?
Damien Chazelle.
Okay. So, is Ryan Gosling in that too?
No.
That would have been funny.
Neither is Emma Stone.
Neither is Emma Stone. This is
like Brad Pitt is though.
Yeah, this is like the first Damien Chazelle movie in the past like 7 years that hasn't had Ryan Gosling in it. So
yeah, who else is in it? It's Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie. I know Tobey Maguire's in it. Some other people.
I'm getting it confused with the cast of Amsterdam because I was like, isn't Christian Bale in this also?
No,
but I think that's Amsterdam.
You're getting confused with Amsterdam.
Okay, so I just need to watch the trailers or whatever for both of them.
Nope, no trailer for Babylon.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Since they just released the photos today, I doubt there's a trailer for it. So.
Oh shoot, Olivia Wilde's in it too. Oh, Samara Weaving and Margot Robbie in the same movie.
Oh, I'm not going to be able to tell who's who.
It's going to be fun. Come on.
I feel like, real quick, I feel like Margot Robbie and Samara Weaving is the only time you can say that phrase without upsetting people. I can't tell the difference between them.
Not all white people look the same. Well,
Samara Weaving and Margot Robbie do.
Okay. Those two do.
Oh, that's going to be funny. I wonder if they're playing sisters. I bet they're playing sisters. And that'll be great casting right there.
To be seen. I believe this movie takes place in the era where talkies were becoming a thing, coming out of the silent film era. So
okay, like jazz
around the same time frame as Singing in the Rain.
Jazz singer singing in the rain. Okay, interesting. Okay,
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Is it a movie about making movies, or it just takes place in that time?
It takes place in that time. It's in the Hollywood area, so it might be about those movies coming out, but I know it's about Hollywood during that time period.
Okay, so that's gonna be good then.
Yep.
Yeah, Garth got another one. We're gonna play this new game. Is it Dylan McDermott or Dermot Mulroney? I love that SNL skit.
They don't look the same.
They don't.
They just
they
put
kind of
Dermot
do.
in their name.
They kind of do. Who's the other one? What's his face? The one who played the comedian in Watchmen, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and the bad guy from one of the James Bond movies.
Javier Bardem.
Yeah, Javier Bardem. Those two look a lot alike, also.
Yeah, you got that one, and then there was like one other one too.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Oh yeah, Tom Hardy and
oh yes, from Upgrade.
Yep, Venom and Discount Venom. Which actually, in this instance, I think Venom was the Discount Venom, but whatever.
Oh, what is his name? Oh, that's gonna piss me off.
Brains are a funny thing, y'all. How sometimes they can just while you got a camera live in your face. It's fun.
Come on, movie trivia people. What is it? Logan Marshall Green.
Well, I knew there was a green in there somewhere. Do you know how long it's been since I've done movie trivia? Other than our Patreon hangouts.
That might change pretty soon. We'll see.
Yeah.
I have a feeling there's a specific challenge that's out there that's got to be answered for pretty soon. So
it's been about a year.
We'll see how that goes.
Yep.
Garth, it's going to be towards the end of this month, probably. That's also another one of those. I was actually planning on trying to get those dates ironed out before we went live tonight, and I completely forgot. That is my bad. So within the next 24 hours, we'll have down exactly what the days are for the watch along in the Patreon study session.
Yep.
Malcolm, I think Logan Marshall Green is an upgrade from Venom. Good work. Good job there, sir.
Fair enough. All right, let's get to some of this news. We got a lot of D23 stuff to get through too.
Well, let's talk about, since we're bringing it up already, let's go ahead and talk about these like big, huge conventions where they announce movies and projects and stuff. Starting with, there's no DC fandom this year.
Surprise, surprise, WB canceled something.
we now, I feel like we need like a Barbie watch graphic type of thing for that. Like, and today, this week, in what is Warner Brothers Discovery canceling? Now, here's the thing, and I feel like I can't remember if this was something you and I were talking about or if this was something that was actually in a news article. But when we found out that DC fandom was not going to be happening this year, I believe we were kind of sitting here like, well, that makes sense. We're technically kind of out of the pandemic. We're not as restricted as we were the past 2 years. So it makes sense that they would cancel this kind of
event. Yeah.
Because
DC fandom in the past has been completely like digital. It started during, the height of the pandemic in 2020. And now it's no longer necessary because DC can show up at Comic-Con because Comic-Con is happening again. They can show up to other events and show off their products and stuff there because these events are happening again.
Except they're not doing that. They came to Comic-Con and showed Black Adam and Shazam, and that's about it.
Well, yeah. Peace out. There's been a lot going on at WB this year, apparently.
Yeah.
Glad they didn't show Batgirl.
Yeah, they definitely didn't show Batgirl. That's what they should do for DC fandom. Like, that should be the official, like, we're just going to stream it for free. Y'all can all watch it.
Can you imagine if there was a trailer for it that they showed at Comic-Con and then they went, yeah, this movie's canceled after footage had already been out?
Yeah. God, that would have sucked. But yeah, so DC fandom is canceled. So that's the thing, though. Like, the past couple of years, DC fandom, I feel like, was actually pretty decent. The way they had it put together, I thought they did a really good job on organizing that virtual event. I would love to actually see that come back together when DC Warner Brothers Discovery gets it together. I would love to see that be a thing that recurs every year, much like D23. I mean, Marvel, for example, has D23. Why don't we still do DC fandom? I love the idea that both of these are big, huge events.
The wonderful thing about Marvel is they're at the point, as we saw when Civil War was announced, that Marvel Studios can literally do their own event anytime they want, and press will show up, everybody will tune in, and it's going to be a big deal. Yeah, they could do that outside of Disney's watch
much like the Apple one that was today.
Oh.
So yeah, the Apple did their new one today where they announced the iPhone 14. I watched a bit of it. Probably not upgrading to this phone anytime soon. So
right.
Anyways, we're not here to talk about Apple products. But yeah, kind of like that. I think that was in 2014, Marvel did that at the El Capitan Theater. Mm-hmm. And that was a fantastic event. That's the one that I keep saying that I go back and I periodically will watch the clips from that, especially the trailer where they reveal Thanos holding the gauntlet as the camera pulls back. Oh, and you hear the crowd just losing their minds. Yeah.
It's still wonderful to go back to that because that was the same one they announced I keep wanting to say the Invincibles, the
Inhumans.
Inhumans, there they are.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
And that turned into a TV show that went. So,
yeah. So, yeah, and I agree with Jeremy here. So, as DC stands right now, I don't think they're not big enough to be able to actually do something like that, to host their own event. They need, basically what I was saying, they need to get their stuff together. They need to get on the right track. And
the first thing they got to do is they got to pull a Green Goblin and go back to formula.
Yeah, basically. So they need to do that, build up the fandom again, and then they can do fandom.
Yeah, I don't think that, unless God forbid another pandemic happens, I don't believe that they're going to do fandom again like that. I think they're going to stick with just doing the con circuits at this point. If you think about it, it costs them a lot less money to do the con circuits than it does to put on their own event. Yeah. So right now, I think it's smart for them to be in that money saving situation because, well, I mean, gestures at everything.
They're not making money off of their movies that they're not releasing that they've made. So, well, I mean, they're getting a tax credit, but beside the point.
Plus, they're literally going back to square one with DC here pretty soon, probably. So, more or less. So, it's probably good that they reel it back as far as the spending goes on DC in order to build it back up like Marvel did from the beginning with Iron Man.
Yeah. So anyways, moving on to one of these big events that actually is still happening. D23 is happening this weekend. I believe starting Friday. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Much like Comic-Con, I believe most of the major news is going to be on Saturday. Now, I don't know if are they combining both Marvel and Lucasfilm news on the same day, or are those all going to be separate?
Yeah, that I'm not sure about because, they could do a situation where it's Marvel. I think you could do Marvel in the morning, Lucasfilm later on. But the thing about Lucasfilm also is that they're probably going to touch more on stuff that isn't Star Wars, since Star Wars typically has its own thing. But I wouldn't be surprised if they give us updates on Star Wars TV shows. So they might do a whole Lucasfilm panel that covers Star Wars and Indiana Jones, Willow, all that stuff. So
yeah, because I know D23 also covers Disney, not just Marvel and Lucasfilm. Yeah, they actually cover Disney stuff, what is Disney doing potentially on Disney Plus? Although that's usually Disney Plus Day. But what stuff are they covering on there? Pixar will probably be a part of that as well. Updates to the parks. What events are they planning on doing at Disney World, Disneyland, so on and so forth. So that's all going to be also a part of D23. TV shows, cartoons, not necessarily stuff related specifically to Marvel or Lucasfilm. So
merchandising.
Yeah. So yeah, I believe most all the big information is going to be on Saturday. So stay tuned. There might be trailer reactions that we have to do. So we'll see what comes out then. But here's what we're speculating on. This is what we believe is going to happen. First and foremost, we said this last week, and I feel like everyone has been saying this for like the past like month or two. We're expecting Fantastic Four information. Marvel has yet to actually confirm what we were talking about last week with Matt Shakman directing. They haven't confirmed it. Pretty sure it's going to happen at D23. And I also, like I said last week, I'm expecting them to probably announce the 4 cast members, at least the primary 4 cast members. Probably not Doctor Doom, but they're at least going to announce the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that's the thing, is there's been a lot of Fantastic Four rumors ramping up and going around lately, that it's with all the talk around it, it seems very likely that that's probably going to end up happening, just because it's, if people are talking, they're talking for a reason. It's because the news is moving around in the studio, so therefore it's probably going to be released. The information is going to be released this weekend.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if I would expect Doctor Doom to be revealed either, especially if he's going to pop up, if there's the potential of him popping up in a post-credit in Black Panther, which is, again, what I'm kind of expecting to happen. If that's what happens, then I wouldn't be surprised for them to kind of leave him as the surprise reveal in that post-credit. They just won't say anything. Like, Doctor Doom will obviously be coming to the MCU, but you'll find out who he's going to be later.
Yeah. I do like, again, last week we were talking about like some potentials. I still am seeing like, was it Penn Badgley?
Penn Badgley, yep.
As Reed. The big one that I've been seeing lately is Jodie Comer as Susan Storm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a bad pick. I might be on board with that, especially if like it is Penn Badgley. And that's what we were saying last week, is the casting, at least for Reed Richards, Susan Storm, and Johnny Storm, have to be casted amongst those 3, because it's very key to that story that those 3 all work and it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I kind of like Penn Badgley with Jodie Comer. I feel like that makes a lot of sense, even though I haven't seen either one of them in that much. Plus, the one thing I've seen her in, I think, is Free Guy, and I can't remember what I've seen Penn Badgley in, but
yeah. Plus, they're doing pretty well about keeping their age to the proper age range for trying to keep the Fantastic Four around for a while. They're all like mid-30s, early to mid-30s. I wouldn't be surprised to see Johnny Storm be somewhere around Tom Holland's age. So you can see the whole Fantastic Four family kind of age up over the next 15 years within the MCU and be mainstays within it.
Yeah. So that we're all definitely expecting Fantastic Four information. Jeremy just happens to go into the next one. I do believe there will probably be some X-Men announcements. Not necessarily as far as casting or director, but maybe some kind of a clue as to like where the X-Men are going to fit in.
Phase 6.
Yeah, probably at the very least, I'm almost certain that we're going to get a confirmation that there will be like an X-Men movie during Phase 6. And that was the thing from Comic-Con. They didn't announce like really any movies in Phase 6 other than the Secret Wars.
Yeah.
So I believe we're going to get like all the other Phase 6 announcements, and I believe that's going to include X-Men. But I'm not expecting any kind of like real casting announcements. If they do, the only casting announcement I could see them potentially making would be like announcing, what's his face? Giancarlo Esposito as like Professor X or something like that. One of those big ones that's been circulating the internet over the past like month or two. They may confirm something like that, but I don't expect like full out. Like we're not going to get any kind of confirmation as to who's playing Wolverine yet. Not at all. I fully don't expect that.
Right. No, I wouldn't expect any like casting or anything for X-Men. The most I would expect for X-Men would be like maybe a director, but I don't think they're even looking. I mean, if they are looking at directors, they're doing it on their own right now. They're not doing it in a public view. So I don't know that I would expect that. I would expect some kind of like, here's what the X-Men's going to be doing in the MCU, where they're going to pop up at.
That's why I'm kind of leery about casting too, because casting usually doesn't happen until a director comes in and a director has some say so over it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm starting to wonder, based on the trajectory of phase 4, 5, and 6, if we are truly looking at like an MCU trilogy of phases, where we had the 1 through 3 phase was the Thanos, was the Infinity Stone,
Infinity Saga.
the Infinity Saga. This phase is essentially Kang and the Secret Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll get a phase 7, 8, and 9, and then that will be it for the MCU as we know it. And then some cataclysmic event will happen that will reboot the entire thing over again some years after. No, he's not the cataclysmic event.
You don't think?
No. Unless they actually want Galactus to straight up eat the entire universe and he wins, and then that's kind of a weird, pathetic way to end the MCU now. I think he'll happen. He's going to happen in phase 6. That's already my prediction. Galactus is going to come and be like a one or two movie type deal.
Yeah, because at this point, other than Fantastic Four, the other like major Marvel character that we have yet to hit in the MCU that's begging for the MCU treatment is Silver Surfer.
Yep.
I think Silver Surfer is one of the biggest ones that has not been done yet. And of course, you can't do Silver Surfer without doing Galactus, even if you make Galactus a stupid fucking cloud. He's still in there somewhere.
Yeah, I would honestly expect I wouldn't be surprised if they actually like announce like a Silver Surfer movie in phase 6, and like the setup is in Fantastic Four or something like that, and then you see the rest of Galactus coming to Earth in the Silver Surfer movie.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's kind of my theory is X-Men will be announced in phase 6, and then we'll see sequels to that. We'll see the last couple. We'll see probably the next Spider-Man sequel is what I'm imagining will happen in phase 6 as well. The follow-up to No Way Home. I would expect that we would see, more Spider-Man sequels and phases after 6, but probably the No Way Home follow-up will be in 6. I expect X-Men to be in 6, maybe a Silver Surfer. What other movies would they be doing in phase 6? Maybe Nova, or are they going to make like a TV show out of him?
I don't know.
We got to do something with the Young Avengers also. We know that's coming, whether it's a TV show or a movie. That's going to have to happen at some point.
Yeah. I don't have like any real other speculation because I don't know what other like characters that they haven't done anything with yet that they want to do something with, and are these going to be side characters or are they going to push one? That's the problem that I have right now with the MCU is I can't tell. Like they're making movies and TV shows out of characters that I feel like were like little side characters. For example, Ant-Man. When Ant-Man was announced, and I've said this before, why are we making a movie of Ant-Man? Like he doesn't need his own movie. And then the movie came out and it was good. And I very much love that movie came out. It's a great movie. Ant-Man and the Wasp, also a good movie. So I'm very happy that they came out. I just still looking back fondly at that day when they made that announcement. I'm like, why? So because of that, I have no clue what Kevin Feige's thinking or doing. So like maybe they're going to push like a what was it, She-Hulk here. Oh, here's a good one. This actually train of thought here. She's fighting this like leaping frog character. I forgot the character's name off the top of my head, but she fights this frog guy in some upcoming episode. Maybe the one on tonight. Who knows? Maybe he's going to get his own movie or TV show. Who knows at this point? Now, I just brought up She-Hulk, and it just made me think of something else. World War Hulk. What are the possibilities that they're going to do something else with Hulk? Because last we saw him, he's flying away. Spoilers for She-Hulk if you're not caught up with it from last week, or was it the week before. He was flying away from Earth on a Sakaran ship. So,
yeah. So the thing with Hulk, yeah, it is a possibility. I read there was an interview, I believe, that they did where they were stating that was done intentionally, one, to get Hulk out of the She-Hulk series because they can't afford him. they can't afford to keep doing Hulk and She-Hulk and everything else they got to do in the show. So, boom, gotta get Hulk out of there. 2, they left it open to do something with, if they want to make a story off of him going off into space, they can, but they also they had that option, but they also could do something where it's like, yeah, he came back, he took care of what it was. It was something, just it was a minor like plumbing issue once the car they needed him to come back and fix real quick, and he's back. Like, they could literally like throw a Marvel quick one-liner. That's all it is.
Thank God we invented the such and such device.
Yeah.
He said plumbing issue. Apparently he got called back to Sakaar because Sakaar's plumbing was not able to handle the Hulk-sized turds that he left during his stay there.
I need to ask you, what do you think comes out of the devil's anus? Okay, so he had to go back, take care of something real quick, and he's back now. They have the option of either making a story out of that or just doing a quick one-liner just to bring him back in again.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what they were doing, what they're using that for. They just want to keep their option open there.
I do expect these.
Yep.
We're gonna get this. This I feel like is one of right up there with Fantastic Four.
I don't know about Thor 5.
Well, I mean, they did say at the end of Love and Thunder, you will see Thor again, and apparently Chris Evans and Taika Waititi were like, "Wait, what? Really? I'm doing another one? Okay."
Chris Hemsworth.
I do feel like that is just about like guaranteed they're going to announce just as much as they're going to announce Fantastic Four information. We will get confirmation on Shang-Chi 2, Eternals 2.
Especially because there's already been talk about Eternals 2 gearing up pre-production type stuff. So like talks and scripting and all that.
Here's what's weird. I'm not a big fan of Eternals.
It was good.
It's watchable. I've seen it more than once. I will watch it again. It's an interesting movie, but it's just not my favorite of the MCU. They have the potential to make the sequel really good, though, because all they really need to do is just really put them in the MCU. Like, actually have them interact with the MCU.
All they really need to do is find a role for Chris Pine to play in that one, and then they can have Harry Styles spit on him in that movie.
Yeah.
Or throw a goat. I don't care.
Well, especially keep in mind that Harry Styles is playing Euros. Euros, whatever. Star Fox.
Yes.
So yeah, that may just be the way he gets people attracted to him. He just spits on them.
All right, I'm going to move off this subject.
Character.
Yeah.
The what?
I said, all right, I'm going to move off this subject. So, other Phase 6 announcements. I'll tell you what, there's a couple things I'm expecting to hear about, and that is where that Armor Wars show is going to land. Because they announced it, but they haven't said it in any specific phase yet.
Yeah.
That could be coming in Phase 6. That's supposed to be Don Cheadle's fun show that he's doing.
I'm willing to bet they're probably not going to say or do anything about that until after we get introduced to Ironheart in Black Panther 2.
Maybe they might still like land it in Phase 6, but at the same time, Ironheart and Secret Invasion are both coming up here pretty soon as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then the only other couple of things, I believe we're probably going to get another trailer for Black Panther this weekend. So that should be interesting. Yeah. I believe that's going to release this weekend. Hopefully this will be the trailer that's actually going to give us some more details as to who exactly is the Black Panther. Even though I feel like almost everyone on the internet now is in complete agreement that it's going to be Shuri. As what it sounds like. Everyone's just leaning more towards Shuri taking up the mantle.
That is the comic book route. I mean, they could go a surprising route, change some things up, and make Nakia Black Panther now. But it's more than likely that they would go with the comic book route and take someone else from the royal family and make them Black Panther instead. So,
yeah.
We'll see.
And then I also believe we are going... Well, this one is also, I feel like, right up there because they don't have any other time. They're going to announce what the super secret Halloween one-off episode is that by now we all know is Werewolf by Night.
Which I know nothing about.
Yeah, they're just actually going to officially announce it. So that is what I'm also expecting.
I don't know anything about Werewolf by Night or what it is.
So it's a werewolf.
At night.
Big surprise.
Cool. Nailed
Yeah.
it.
He does have a lot of run-ins with Moon Knight, so I don't know if Moon Knight may have an appearance in this. That would be kind of cool. The original, and if Garth is still here, Garth can probably correct me on this because he'll probably know it too. At one point, like a lot of comic books, like during the 40s, 50s, they started venturing away from like horror elements. A lot of them were like horror, like Tales from the Crypt, EC comics and stuff like that. And they started putting some of these horror elements as superheroes because of the Comic Codes Authority. So that's why you get like Dracula was renamed like Drake in Marvel. Werewolf was turned, instead of him just being a werewolf, he's like a superhero, and his power is he turns into a wolf. He's a werewolf. So they just explain that way instead of just straight up saying he is a werewolf. So that's why they, instead of just referring to him as like the Wolf Man, they refer to him as Werewolf by Night. And like that's actually his name is Werewolf by Night. It's not a phrase or a sentence. It's a person, a character's name.
That's so
It's
weird.
But I believe it's something similar to that. So,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Garth, actually, horror was huge in the 50s. Yeah. It was when they were starting to go into the 60s, superhero comics, because like Fantastic Four came out in 1960. And then like 61 was Spider-Man and Amazing Fantasy 15. And then 1963 was the big boom for Spider-Man getting Amazing Spider-Man. X-Men got their first comic, whatnot. So yeah, that's about it for Werewolf by Night as far as I know.
Other ones that were getting pointed out in chat, I don't think we'll hear anything about any other Defender than Daredevil. I don't even know if we'll even really hear anything more about Daredevil's show right now. I think just the fact that it's been announced is probably all that we need at the moment until they start like getting closer to ramping up and shooting it and whatnot. I don't think we'll get anything on Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones. I don't think we'll hear anything about any of them. I mean, maybe Jessica Jones, but I would doubt it.
Maybe a potential. It just depends on if they're going to talk Werewolf by Night, Accountant by Day. Good one, Garth. It depends if they're going to talk about Daredevil at all. The most that I would expect is maybe some kind of confirmation of Elektra. I don't know if they're going to bring back Elodie Young. I've been hearing rumors that they're casting other people instead, but I don't know. And I can't remember who the rumor was. And I was like, well, no, that's not a shame. Huh?
She didn't do terrible. It would be a shame to recast her. But...
Elodie Young was perfect. Yeah. Like she was really good as Elektra. Much better than Jennifer Garner. She's not really Greek, but no, she's closer to Greek than Jennifer Garner was.
Well, maybe. And then this other one, yeah, Wonder Woman. Wonder Man is actually another one that I would expect to hear something about, since there's talks about the Wonder Man show right now from Daniel Destin Cretton.
Yeah.
I think I got his name right. Who directed Shang-Chi? He's doing Wonder Man. God dang it. Wonder Man and Shang-Chi too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was doing one other thing too. What was he doing? He's doing Kang Dynasty.
Apparently he's going to be directing Kang Avengers Kang Dynasty.
Which, okay. Hey, Feige trusts him. I trust Feige, so he did good on Shang-Chi.
Yeah. Here's the other thing. We don't know anything about this Echo show that's coming out pretty soon. So
didn't they just finish filming that?
Possibly. But I mean, we don't know anything about it. So hopefully we hear some more. There's so much that Marvel is doing currently. There's probably a ton of stuff that we're not even thinking of off the top of our heads that they're probably going to bring in. And we're going to be like, oh, crap. Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we'll see if it gets announced at D23
though. What's the was it Ant-Man? Ant-Man Quantumania comes out in February.
Or April,
possibly
February,
some Ant-Man stuff. Maybe we get a first glimpse at least of what Kang actually looks like.
Maybe we get that trailer that they showed at Comic-Con.
That's been like leaked all over YouTube.
Yeah.
In very crappy quality. Maybe. Who knows? As far as trailers go, I guarantee we're going to see probably a new Black Panther trailer at the very least.
Probably. I mean, that would make the most sense to release a second trailer now, especially because that movie comes out in November. If you don't do it now, you do it at the end of this month and you just leave it for like 2 trailers, maybe a third one. I don't know. I could see them releasing a second one right now.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what I believe we're going to be seeing from Marvel. Real quick, let's talk about Lucasfilm. And kind of funny that we're referring to it as Lucasfilm because I kind of like what you said earlier. I'm not expecting too much actual like Star Wars news.
Nope.
We might get a trailer for Mandalorian season 3,
which there is a Mandalorian season 3 trailer out there, so that one could actually pop up, and we might actually get that one. Which, hey, yes, I would like to see that trailer in good quality, please, because there's some interesting stuff that's going to be happening in this next season.
Yeah. And then I believe we're probably going to get like some kind of update as well in regards to Rogue Squadron, that Patty Jenkins movie, which is she still directing it? Who knows? I haven't heard anything official that she isn't. I haven't heard anything official that she still is. Just whatever. So we'll get more updates on that. And then I believe we should also be getting an update on Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because I think at the very least, if I expect anything more from Star Wars other than the season 3 trailer for Mandalorian, it's just the state of the movies right now. What are we doing Star Wars movie-wise? Because we've been doing a lot of focus on TV, which I'm not complaining about. I've loved Star Wars TV. It's been great. I've really enjoyed it all. But what is the state of movies? Because I know Rian Johnson's supposed to have a trilogy that's actually still floating out there that he's not taken off from yet.
Because he's still busy working on his Knives Out movies.
Yeah, we got that Patty Jenkins one that she may or may not still be attached to. We've got, obviously, the Taika Waititi. You know, there's supposed to be something that Kevin Feige was producing at one point or another. So, you know, there's all kinds of, like, various Star Wars movie things that are kind of floating around in the ethos right now. But we don't have any, like, confirmation as to what Star Wars movies look like. And I could see them kind of nailing that down a little bit more so that come Star Wars Celebration next year or Star Wars Day or whichever one, they can kind of do a hard confirm, like these are our next plans for movies and when they're coming out.
Yeah. So also probably getting the trailer for Ahsoka.
That would be, I would love that. I would love an Ahsoka trailer, but
probably
I don't know.
Bad Batch, Vision, Andor. I don't know about Andor trailers. I'm almost going to guarantee that they'll probably at least screen the first episode or 2 of Andor, since that comes out like within a couple of weeks. So they'll do like the premiere of Andor at D23.
I don't know if they're going to do a premiere when it's not coming out like the next day, because they did that with Obi-Wan, where they did the premiere and then it was coming out like in the next day or 2. So I don't know if they'll do Andor like this, like a week away from it coming out, a week or 2 away from it coming out. I don't know if they'll do that. They might give us like one more trailer for Andor. I could see that happening. Visions, I could see them doing a trailer for Visions. I don't know if they've really got that. I know they're doing another season of Visions, but Bad Batch, definitely a trailer for Bad Batch season 2. I could see that happening for sure. I don't know about Ahsoka. I don't know if we'll get a trailer for Ahsoka or if we'll get like some kind of, maybe just a small teaser of some sort for it. Give us like a glimpse of Sabine. I can see that happening.
Yeah. But the reason we're saying it's Lucasfilm and not just Star Wars, because I think the biggest news is going to be the reveal of the next Indiana Jones title.
Yep.
Like Indiana Jones and the Case of the Missing Title, which will probably be changed this weekend.
Indiana Jones and the Fountain of Youth. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. The Marvel, Lucasfilm, and Fox panel is only 2 hours long. Jeez. So that's going to be a lot of stuff like crammed in there real quick.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a, I don't know if we're getting that many trailers then.
Yeah. That's what I say. I still believe probably like the only trailer I can pretty much guarantee we're going to get is going to be Black Panther. Because it just makes sense. anyways, yeah, I think we'll at least get the title for Indiana Jones 5. I don't think we're gonna get anything else. Maybe some more casting announcements as to who else is in that movie, but
Yeah, maybe
that's about it.
they'll hard confirm again for sure that this is going to be the last Indiana Jones movie that Harrison Ford's going to do. Which, duh.
Yeah,
but he's old.
So with Samir's comment, that just reminded me of something else that we hadn't thought of. That's not a part of our show notes here to talk about. But yeah, Fox. They have a Fox panel, which means that they are looking at expanding Fox properties instead of just like folding them into Disney. So what is out there Fox wise that could potentially be shown off at D23? Like, say, another trailer for Avatar 2. There you go.
Yep. There was supposed to be at one point I heard talks. There was supposed to be an alien show that was happening.
There is. Noah Hawley is doing a Hawley. I don't know. The guy who did Legion.
Yes.
He is doing an alien show. That was announced like a year and a half ago. It's still in development right now. It's probably not going to come out until late next year, I believe, is the earliest that I've heard. But
maybe some news on that.
Possibly. So the thing is, when they first announced that and talked about it, it was during a Disney Plus day.
Yeah.
And that was when that was basically towards the beginning of like Disney Plus launching. Like they launched and then this was their first big event. Like, okay, Disney Plus is up and running. Here's the stuff you can look forward to hitting it in the future. And then that's when they announced like they're going to do a Mighty Ducks TV show, which I heard is really good. That they're going to do a third Sister Act movie, which we have still yet to see. And I'm waiting patiently, I guess, for it because I love Sister Act. Yeah, so something like that. It's Malcolm saying Bob Burgers 2 or Family Guy, another Simpsons movie. I've heard so much about a Simpsons movie for a while. That's been
the first one was like 2010.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. Like we haven't got another Simpsons movie. Yeah, so something like that. I think there is going to be like another season of the Mighty Ducks show. Because that was doing really well. So
yeah, I mean that brings that. There could be a bunch of like random smaller Disney Plus announcements and stuff too, like other new shows and stuff, things that are just like new Disney original properties and whatnot, kids shows and all that. That'll probably be announced. We'll probably hear something. I don't know anything else about Fox, which is why I've kind of.
Yeah, what are they like keeping separate? Are they still referring to it as like 20th Century Studios?
Yeah.
Because stuff like X-Men is being folded into the MCU. I wouldn't expect to see an X-Men movie with the 20th Century Studios branding anymore.
Nope.
Especially because now the logo is not going to say the word Fox on it. So
you can't highlight the X.
Highlighting the X like they used to do.
Yeah. And then, of course, we've got, Pixar. What's Pixar going to do? Probably give us some kind of announcements of like the next couple movies or so that they're working on. Are they doing any sequels to anything that any properties that have already been out? Are they going to do Incredibles 3? Who knows? Kind of stuff.
The sequel to Inside Out, which is going to be called Outside In.
Yeah.
Electric Boogaloo. I don't know. Yeah, the sexy Robin Hood. Here's the thing. If you're doing a live action remake of Robin Hood, are you still doing it with the animals or are you just going to do a Robin Hood with all people?
I mean, haven't we had enough of both?
Well, no, we've only had one movie with like the animals as Robin Hood. Yeah, that was really good. Oh, there's another one. We haven't seen jack about this Little Mermaid movie.
It's true. I kind of did forget about Little Mermaid. They've kind of fallen pretty silent on that movie.
That's one now that you brought that up, I would expect to hear a lot about that at D23. That's probably going to be the next big like live action movie that they're pushing for.
We'll hear about whether or not they're going to put it on Disney Plus or if it's going to go to theaters.
Yeah. Hopefully we get like some more image, because I remember we got like one image of Halle Bailey. Man, that is so hard to like be mindful of how you're saying that name. Halle Bailey as Ariel, but it was like her laying on the beach and it was very like silhouetted, so you really couldn't see her.
Yeah.
But like I would like to see maybe they release like some character images of her, Ursula. I'm eager to see Melissa McCarthy in her Ursula getup. So yeah, possibly that'd be interesting. Anyways, I can't think of anything else that they might be talking about.
No, I mean, that's the other side. Is like, as we were talking about Disney, they might announce like another live action Disney remake. They seem to want to be doing those no matter what the critical reception is on those. So
yeah,
maybe we get Malfeasance 3.
Malfeasance. I'm looking for the live action Oliver and Company. Maybe Black Cauldron live action. That'd be kind of cool. Aristocats.
I'm waiting. Here's what the only live action Disney movie that I really want to see at this point is freaking Atlantis.
That would be kind of cool.
That movie is primed for a live action remake, and I think that would be an incredible movie. Give me live action Atlantis. You hear me, Disney? Give me live action Atlantis, cowards.
I was just thinking like do a live action Aristocats, but the way they have to sell it is we see like this family of cats go to like the casting director's office, and the casting director's like, "Oh, so what kind of show do you have for me?" Like, "Well, cool. Let us show you."
I do not want another live action movie about cats.
I'm not going to continue that joke. Those of y'all that know what I was hinting at, good on you. Everybody wants to be a cat. Yeah.
Everybody wants to not see another live action cat movie. Not since 2019. Never again. Wash your eyeballs.
Yeah.
The Aristocats, the butthole cut.
Well, that would be the actual Aristocrats joke that I was making. That would be the butthole cut.
Okay. All right.
Anyways, yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Cheryl, did someone say cats? Where? We have our doors closed, so currently the cat that I own cannot come into either of the bedrooms. So,
you mean the cat that owns you?
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry, Lola.
She's like, damn straight, better get it right.
Yeah, give me food, you bastard. Anyways,
bitch.
Anyways, I think that's going to do it for news. I don't know of any other news or anything else. Oh, by the way, come to find out that Harry Styles did not actually spit on Chris Pine. So everyone's okay. We're all friends and happy. And that's the one non-piece of... We want to talk about this real quick. What is going on behind the scenes with that movie?
I just want to watch the movie and just move on from it.
I know, I do. I want to see this movie, even though
I don't care.
Last I saw, it's got like 39% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I'm like, this looks like it's going to be so good, though. I want to know what's going on with that.
I just want to watch the movie, and I just want to move on from it.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll probably be watching that when that comes out. I know that's like in 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that.
Nerd, the news story was that Chris Pine's agent came out and said, no, Harry Styles didn't spit on him. He just dropped his sunglasses. It just happened to be at the same exact time that Harry Styles was sitting down. So he didn't actually spit on him. It's just Chris Pine was having he was clapping. He had his like sunglasses down here in his lap, and he was clapping, and he was like, wait, where'd my sunglasses go? Oh, they're right here in my lap. Okay, I got them.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
The only thing I hate about that, and just to end this show like on a more positive note, that clip of the standing ovation for Brendan Fraser for the whale, it's so happy. That is a man that has been reverted back to childlike qualities. And it's so nice to see. Like, I am so happy for him.
I love that guy. I want nothing but the absolute best for that man who I've never met before in my life.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking about like all the stuff that he did that I absolutely enjoyed. Like Encino Man, even going so far back, Encino Man was great. Blast from the Past.
George of the Jungle.
George of the Jungle was so good. I mean, we still will sit here. Anytime someone mentions coffee, we'll still run around the apartment. Yeah, so we'll still do that. So good. Y'all know I'm like a huge fan of Scrubs. He had like a couple of really good episodes. On some of the best episodes on Scrubs actually involve him.
At least one of the like top 3 episodes on Scrubs.
Yeah. So yeah, I really like Brendan Fraser. The Mummy, at least the first Mummy movie, was really good.
Yeah.
The other 2, not his fault.
I want him to come back in a big way. I want him to have like a huge career resurgence, because if you guys know like his story, Google it if you don't know it. But like him being able to come back and just have like a major career right now would be just the coolest thing in the world for him. So, you know, I'm all about that Brendan Fraser's Renaissance, or however we're putting the word Renaissance in his name.
Yeah. The Fraser-sance. I don't know. I can't speak English like normally. I don't know why I'm trying to mess it up now. Especially live on camera.
Just wait a while. Your mouth will just naturally end up doing it by accident. And then
I'm gonna end up trying to put it's just naturally gonna happen. I'm gonna end up trying to mash these words together. It's gonna end up turning out to be like some racial slur that I'm not thinking of. Like, nope, didn't mean that.
Oh, let's not go
not
there.
What I'm trying to say.
Let's not go there. Whoopsies.
Knowing my luck, that's what's gonna happen. So that being said, we'll go ahead and cut off the camera before that happens. Even though I'm gonna hop onto another channel.
It's okay to do it on Vernon's channel.
Yeah, I'll go over to the Vernon's channel. I'll go over to Fans View, where we're gonna be doing a watch along of Galaxy Quest. He's not gonna put me on tonight now. We're gonna be doing a watch along of Galaxy Quest. That's gonna be at 8:35 Pacific, 11:35 Eastern. So here in about roughly an hour, I'll be over there watching Galaxy Quest with those fun people. And then Jeremy Miller, just wait until Sunday, Robert. No, because then my brother's going to have to kick me out of the Jackbox games.
Banned.
If y'all aren't familiar with his new rules, go watch that. Anyway, so I'm going to be over there doing Galaxy Quest tonight. Later on this month, on Friday, September 16th, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern, we will be doing the Marquee. It is my birthday month, so we will be tier ranking 18 of my favorite movies. These are all what I would call S-tier movies. So this is going to be fun because I'm going to have to put some of my favorite movies in an F tier, and it's going to hurt, and I'm sorry. Like, the movies are people that are going to have their feelings hurt. Anyway, so that's going to be on Friday the 16th. That's a stack list, y'all.
I noticed we don't have a pun for the marquee title this time.
No, that's the one, probably the first time we haven't had like a pun on it. So I'm just saying Robert's favorites. So anyways, if you are part of our Patreon, again, in our Discord over on the Marquee channel, you can actually see the list of all 18 movies that we're going to be tier ranking. So if you would like to join the Patreon, hop on there, see those. If there's any of those movies you haven't seen yet and you want to be able to share an opinion, because those of y'all watching live will have the ability to vote as well on this Marquee episode. So if you haven't seen that movie, hop on our Patreon, go look at it, go see what's in the list, go watch that movie, and you're prepared come Friday the 16th. I would say Friday the 13th. Friday the 16th. We will be doing a Friday the 13th at some point when there's a Friday the 13th. I believe the next one is actually in January. So I may be planning a Friday the 13th marquee on Friday the 13th in January. Seems like that would be a really good time. Have that built-in SEO right there ready to go. So anyways, that is what's coming up. Again, for Patreon this month, there is going to be movie watch along. There will be a poll up on the our Patreon, announcements as to what day the watch along and the movie trivia hangout. That will be coming probably within the next 24 hours or so, is what I'm trying to do. The 6 Robert tiers.
So it's going to be Robert's favorites.
Okay. Sorry, Garth, I don't get that one. Anyways, so that is coming up. I don't think there's anything else. Anything else I'm failing to cover? Or... Oh, the 3 Musketeers. Okay.
Oh.
Still don't get it, but okay.
It's 6 tiers. There's 6 tiers. S, A, B, C, D, F.
Anyway, so I think that's going to do it for tonight. So make sure you like and comment. If you're watching this on a replay, comment down below. Give us your thoughts, feelings, opinions, what stuff you liked or didn't like, what you would want to add to the conversation. Next week for Tagline, we're probably going to go over and cover what actually was announced at D23. I'm expecting some stuff is going to be announced that we did not talk about here tonight or last week, or really is even being talked about on the internet right now at all. Something's probably going to pop up and surprise all of us, and it'll be fun to talk about next week. So that will be Tagline next week. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Same Tagline channel, time, whatever. Anyways, make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram at CineFanaticsMLP. You can follow me personally at Robert Adams MLP on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. And Chris,
you can follow me at Chris Adams MLP on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd, as well as twitch.tv/Chris Adams MLP. We're doing a lot of stuff over there. A lot of fun stuff coming. I got nothing special other than just the usual stream and come hang out.
I don't know how to convince people enough. You need to be coming and joining us on Jackbox nights, Sunday nights, because we are cry laughing. That was so much fun this past Sunday.
We are cry laughing and laugh crying.
Yeah. If you need a good laugh cry, that's where you get it at. So just come join, at least on Sunday nights. It's so much fun. So anyways, that is going to do it for tonight. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being here. Those of y'all in the chat live, we appreciate y'all being here. I know there was a couple of new people that we saw that we haven't seen in a while. I do see like Cheryl, Ambling Soul, Kenneth Altman. Thank you for being here. Samir, thank you for being here. I know some of y'all, again, we've seen y'all before. Some of y'all, again, like Cheryl, familiar who she is. So we just really appreciate y'all coming and visiting, dropping by, saying hi, adding to the chat. So hope to see y'all again in the future. Everyone else, we love y'all. Y'all come here like week after week. We appreciate y'all coming here. Make sure everyone sign up Patreon if you have the means. A lot of fun stuff happening there. And that's going to do it for tonight. So thank y'all for being here. We will see y'all at some point. I forgot. We will see y'all at some point in the future.
Near future.
Yeah. Anyways, good night, y'all.
Bye.